Well, it's a very, very good day to you from Rotorua, New Zealand. So let's start to get a few things ready here. Quite enjoying this peaceful, grassy apron area scene with my Cowan Simulation B206L3. Not far off being ready to go. And there's our first helicopter. Looks like I need to get some nameplates on. Is that an H145 over there? I'll find out in a moment. What haven't I remembered to do today? Nameplates. Then I just have to remember where it is. But no. Hi, Bill. And yes, Bill, we're not in Tasmania, you notice. I made a bit of a call that the weather was not quite promising enough for that idyllic location. So we're in New Zealand again for this one, where it's a little bit calmer. I didn't look at the weather again in Tasmania this morning, but I had to set up the stream yesterday, and yesterday it just wasn't quite looking delightful enough in southern Tasmania to promise a smooth ride in the helicopters here. I have got no recollection whatsoever where the nameplate, the multiplayer nameplates are. So first problem of the day, I can't remember where that thing is. Is it under assistances? No. Language, is it under language? Oh dear. Online. We don't need to show that when people fly through me, or I fly through people, equally likely. So this is remaining unhelpful. Multiplayer is on. Where are the multiplayer nameplates? I have completely forgotten where that is located. The one thing I forgot. Sound, language. I've already looked in language. Alright, well why don't I leave that there, because no one's put the answer in the chat yet, so I'll have to just go and use another method to find it. You was close. It's in the menu, FMJ. What menu? What menu? Graphics, language. See, one of the issues in here is that flight interface, traffic nameplates. Oh god. Kaimano Asai. Hello, I can see Kaimano Asai over there. That's always a good sign. What are people flying here? Overspeed. There's a... What is that? Is that an ATR over there? Overspeed and your EC-135. Very good. What's this aircraft? Always distracted by the possibility of doing a bit of... It is an ATR. To do a bit of plane spotting in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I mean, look how great that is. Welcome to Rotorua. Thank you. Overspeed and your nice EC-135. That's a nice paint job. Oh, it's even better when it loads in properly. Excellent. Kaimano Asai. Unsurprisingly, in a 500, you can try to land on the VOR there, Sai. You're showing off your skills. Oh, very nice. Oh, with your door open, because I've got my door open. Some people just like to show off, don't they? Look at him go. Very impressive. Won't miss any opportunity for showing off some excellent hovering skills there. Brilliant, nice work. And NZ Ashbash, don't know if that person's part of this, but nice takeoff roll there. Divine Soma. Oh, now, Divine Soma, that is... Is that Bill? I just remember that was one of the slightly cryptic nameplates from last time. Well, it might be time for me to come and get this Bell 206 started up. Oh, look at those power pylons. That is just not great, is it? Just not great. I assume they're not supposed to be that big. There seems to be a medium category of power poles missing inside Microsoft Flight Simulator instead of just small and enormous. So the height looks like it might be right. But the... Well, the height, no, it looks too tall. And the bulk of them... Yeah, anyway. That traditional problem. So let's start getting this bell started up over here. Doors, rotor breakers up here is up and in. Seats. Am I going to put any weight into this machine today? Aircraft, flight performances. Let's get some seats in, shall we? Load. So I'll get a co-pilot up here. And fuel. Let's just fill that so I don't have to think about that again. We're still... Oh, we're overweight now. Really? Really? Okay, alright, well, that'll do. So these people can have a volcanic adventure. And back to my checklist, please. Oh, you have come out of the beta, FMJ. You will join shortly. Were you already in? I thought you were already on. Okay, where was I? Checklists. Seat belts fastened. Yes. Battery overhead is coming to on. We don't need that alarm. You can go off. Flight controls. That looks pretty good. I've got collective. Yes, I have. Landing light switch is off. Throttle, we rotate all the way forwards and then we bring it back. It says bring it back to the idle release in here. I don't think that's right. We probably want that to 0, which it is now not. 25. 0. It's a little bit awkward that. I wish I had a better way of controlling that so that I knew when I was hitting the idle release rather than just visually and checking whether that's truly at 0 like that. Fuel gauge we know is fine, and there it is. Instruments, there's no instruments wildly moving around, that's good. Altimeter set, which we're going to cheat. What is our field elevation at Rotorua? That's wrong. More info. 937. So we're a little bit low there, but what are we at? 3019. I'll just cheat with the comma. There we go. Altimeter has been set. Magnetic compass. Yep. Present. Alright. Warning light's good. TOT test, which is this one. That's on. That light's working. Fuel valve is on and up and locked. Fuel boost breakers, I think, are in and in. Hydraulic switch on, is that this one down here? No. A noisy miner calling outside. Lamp start, hydraulic is on. Okay, yep, that's good. Directional gyro, where is that switch on this machine? Where is the directional gyro switch on here? That's the... I guess that's that, is it? Gen switch off. It is in the start position. Anti-ice is off. Pitot heater is off. Position light switch is off. Instrument lights adjusters required, not required. Rotor brake is off. Engine start. Anti-coal switch comes to on. Position light switch similarly comes to that position. Rotor brake, we know we can actually sort of see it there. There we go. The rotor brake is off. Rotor is clear. Starter button, yes. So we're definitely at 0 here. And my key binding, is it repeating, or I might just have a quick check of that key binding. Controls, throttle base, and just check that one, please. Toggle all starters. Don't want to repeat set control and release delayed input. I just wanted to hold it. Okay, so starter button. Right, well, let's give it a go. That looks better. 10 and 12, and we introduce fuel. In the yellow on the TOT, now we're on the red. So does that count as a hot start? Now we're off. So we're into the red for about 5 seconds there. Engine outlight is off, so I release the starter. We're okay here. So we want 62% on the gas producer, which we've achieved. Engine oil gauge. We're all fine over here. Throttle, we're open to 70%, so 70% gas producer, so I'll just bring my throttle slider up. There it is. Get that on to 70. Gen switch. Get that on. Might just get the avionics on while I'm up here. Pitot on, so I don't have to think about it later on. Gen. ELT is fine. Hide assist boost breaker. Now, this one, is this modelled? Because if I bring that off, do I get a hydraulic warning down here? In the 206? I can't remember. So, don't know. In it goes. Engine run up. All gauges. Normal. Except that. All gauges. Throttle slowly open. Look at that synthetic vision ready to go. Nice. Being very kind to this, I think. There we go. All gauges, we're all fine here. Looks like the governor's got it now. Okay, full forward on the throttle. Pitot heater we've done. Anti-ice switch not required. And there's our checklist. I'm ready to go. I am ready to go. So, how are things looking out here? Oh, hello. Someone's right next door to me. Kaimano aside, he's found another object to show off over. QB Minecraft, hello to you. Nice. Who else do we have over here? We've got Divine Soma, who I think is Bill, I just can't quite remember, is in the strawberry flavoured Hughes 500 down there. Excellent. We've got Overspeed here doing a bit of an interesting manoeuvre there, mowing the grass maybe. Have you found the grass runway? There it is. I'm looking down the grass runway now. How do I get out of that grassy area over there? What have you found now? Kaimana Masai. Oh, you found... Excellent. A property of the US Army shipping container. Good work. I'm not going to try that with my Bell 206. Alright, how are we going over there, Divine Soma? That was an interesting maneuver. Oh, it's back where it was supposed to be, I think, now. How do I get out of this area here? Oh, there's a sort of an opening over here. I mean, I'm in a helicopter. I can do whatever I want. And do we have an... Yes, there we go. We've got a sort of a gate over there in this fenced apron area. Grassy apron. Right, let's get my speeds right here. That looks good. Okay. Well, so... Departure briefing. Ooh, Cowan Sim says... I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. You can just be S. I don't want to dishonour your chosen name there by wrecking it. So our winds, I believe, are 310 at 6. So I might just get windy open in another window. Very handy utility for flight simulation, I find. Rotorua. That's Taupo, Matthew. That's the wrong lake. Okay, so... Okay, we've got a 5 knot westerly, actually. Well, that's not going to cause a problem for any of us, I don't think. A 5 knot westerly. I think I might take off from the north, and then we'll be doing a left turn to take us over Lake Tarawera to the southeast. So I'll just show that here on the on my tablet. Who's that nicely sailing past there? QB Minecraft. Hello. So, yes, taking off from the north, I would think. So, up to the north end of the field. And we will take off to the south and do a left-hand turn over Lake Tarawera. This is what I said. There's Lake Tarawera right there. Sorry, Mt Tarawera right there. So, we'll be going for one of these spots here. Interesting. I don't know quite what the background is with that airfield that's up there, but... I'm not going to be paying too much attention to that. Alright, helicopter pilots, I'm going to acknowledge the GPS here. Enter and enter. I'm not going to really be using the GPS today. I feel like I've got a window open. Or is it because there's someone right next to me? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, those are on. Transponder is on. I'm just going to I'm going to get SAS on and just see what it's like to pick up. So, get that going here, get my head tracking on, reset that position. Someone in a 172, and I've got QB Minecraft keeping me company up there. So, let's aft on the cyclic. Shall we have some input viewer? So, I don't think my webcam's working today. Don't know what's happened to that. I'm not going to worry about it. Oops. Now this isn't working. So, after on the cyclic, and maybe a bit left and a little bit of left pedal. Let's see what it wants to do when I start picking up. With SAS on, crucially. No movement here. Oh, here we go. Now to the left. Yes. Oh, that's... Okay, that's a SAS issue there. That did that. Yeah, it got into an oscillation when there was one skid still on the ground. So, not quite sure what's up with that thing. FMJ's in. Excellent. Hello. You made it back into the sim. That's great. And what have you got there? You got a Bell 205, have you? The Huey. Nice. Okay, let's just get through here. Yeah, so the SAS, the Heli SAS, or the Helo SAS, as it's called, seems to get itself into some problems at low altitude, low speed kind of situations, like what I just had there. This looks like fun, doesn't it, trying to get through here? Is that how the planes do it? Okay, I've got more room than I realised. There we go. No one's going to come out for me there. Now, I guess the yellow one is the taxiway and the white one is the grass runway. So I'll just shoot along here. Handcrafted scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, all editions. There you go, FMJ, nice work. I still have to do a bit of work to balance it in the hover taxi with the SAS on. I'm going to try setting it down at the end of the runway. And I'll do another pickup and see if I can replicate that unpleasant thing that just happened. Maybe it's just better not to have SAS on for takeoffs in the Cowan Sim machines. Unknown. Okay, so get onto the northern end of the runway is here. And face south. And I'll just try and set it down here. And then I can replicate that pickup again and see what happens. Okay, collective all the way down, head tracking off. Nate, you can't join because you're an SU4 beta. Okay. It only takes me a minute to switch it when I do want to switch it. But no worries. You can join us if you want to spawn in on the summit of Mt Tarawera, Nate, then you can join us there if you feel like changing back to the SU3. It might be that I don't quite understand your full situation there, but for me in Steam, it really just takes a minute just to switch it. It's very handy. So yeah, so we're going to be just flying over the lakes here, and we'll just follow maybe the northern shore of Lake Tarawera. So we'll be doing our left-hand turn after takeoff, following that northern shore of Lake Tarawera, and the mountain itself will be visible ahead. So I propose we get going, people. I propose we get a move on. Hello, everyone viewing the stream. Very great to have you along with us today for our volcanic adventure in the North Island of New Zealand. I'll zoom out a bit just in here, just for one moment. We are starting up here at Rotorua, and we will have a look at Mt Tarawera. A cataclysmic eruption there in the late 19th century. Oh, get it out, Matthew. Then we'll fly down here. Some really beautiful scenery here. We're in a part of the simulator that's been populated with 1 meter LiDAR terrain, and it's just incredibly SoCal, that's correct, and Nate, that's correct. Yes, you want to be on the Southeast Asia server. Yeah, hopefully I put all those details in the stream description. I think that's the Paeroa range there that I'm just circling, and that looks just stunning with the 1 meter LiDAR terrain. Really just brilliant. Kaimanawa Sai and I have been talking about the advances in the scenery in MSFS 2024 that have gone largely unannounced. They just keep feeding in this high-resolution mesh, and it's just New Zealand, in particular, is looking better and better and better and better, and it's just an absolute helicopter paradise to fly in at the moment with all this incredibly detailed terrain. That's the Paeroa Range. We'll keep that on our left as we go down, and we will find the Hooker Falls here in, there it is, HF, Hooker Falls in the sort of the head of the Waikato River there, draining from Lake Taupo. Oh, that was 2 scoops. That was a very rapid, are you slewing? That was very fast. And yes, so that's the briefing there. So, all right, I'm about to lift. And if people want to join, I might have to enjoy the view here. Oh, look at you go, Minecraft. Nice hover. And same with FMJ. You're up there as well. Good work, people. Overspeed's waiting behind. Great. Divine Soma's over there. Hello. And Kaimanawa Sai is just like showing off as usual with his incredible hover skills. Good work, people. Okay. Lifting. So, let's see if I can do a better job this time. I think it was the SAS that messed it up last time. Or, you know, ultimately it's user error, isn't it? I mean, oh, look at that. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. What was the difference for that one? Maybe I had it up on the left skid. Maybe the SAS doesn't want to exaggerate the up on the left skid movement. Okay, landing light goes on. And I'm going to start pitching down and start moving along here. Here we go. Great to have you with us, people. Start of another beautiful, scenic flight with some absurd flight maneuvers thrown in as well. Those movements you see on the input viewer are not me. That's the SAS working. I'm just keeping my stick really steady here. Okay, 60 knots, and I'm at the top of the green torque band, and I'm going to let it lift up here. And I might just have a little sneak back and enjoy the view. Look at you go, people. Good work. Okay, that's really not how you fly a helicopter, Matthew. Up we go. So, Lake Rotorua with, can I see Mokoio Island here? There it is, I think. It's just behind the pillar there. Really loving the scenery with the ships that have been added, probably through the fact that I use GAST, Global AI Ship Traffic. I've got Mamu Designs Marinas switched on as well. As we climb up here, we'll get a little bit of height on, and then we'll just take our left turn. Get my chat screen back, which has disappeared. There we go. Oh, it takes you 10 minutes to update it. Wow. Nate, that's... Oh, you're on Starlink in the woods. Okay, wow. All right, sorry to hear that. Well, you can join us on the summit of Mt Tarawera. There is a... I believe there's either a point of interest or there's a kind of weird airfield up there, which I don't quite understand what the nature of that thing is. All right, so let's get our left-hand turn started here. Got to say, look at the detail in this terrain. Just like even just like grassy paddocks, like what I'm looking at there, is just brought to life with this LiDAR mesh. It really is spectacular. Yeah, it's very, very nice doing a stream with all of this on. So I'm going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to lock speed. That's alt. I'm going to lock speed. Actually, I've done that too fast. So I should be at about 115. So I'll take the speed off. Okay, first of all, I'll pitch to get the speed right. So I'm going to be aiming for, landing lights off, I'm going to be aiming for about 115 knots. which I think would be nice for everyone. So I was getting a bit fast there. Wow, imagine living down there on that lake. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm at 105. Distracted by the view as usual. So what I want to do with the Helosas or Helisas, you can have either alt or speed, and when you lock one, the collective then does the other manually, which is quite a nice way to work. Yeah, loving the detail on the terrain. Just quietly they keep putting in all of these improvements, and like they don't even announce them. The scenery just kind of just arrives, and then you're left to go, wow, this is looking fantastic. Kaimana Wasai was telling me that who's on the flight today, so I'm going to lock the speed there, which means that now when I pull collective, it's going to go to my altitude. Was telling me that his scenery, when the LiDAR goes in, sometimes it interrupts things like his huts. And sometimes the only clue that the base scenery has changed in the simulator is when it doesn't match with his hand-built scenery anymore. So there's Mt Tarawera up ahead, and I'm just trying to coax my machine into a climb here. I've got speed locked, that's correct. And I would have thought that raising this amount of collective would be resulting in a bit more of a climb. What we're climbing now. So we've got a gentle westerly, wasn't it? So I'll just get the head tracking off. Might be a bit easier. Let me set that. Thank you. Nate. Okay, Nate's asking, has the Helisas come to the Cowan Sim marketplace releases yet? So I think what's happening there is that it's just a bit delayed. Like this, that is, typically it's delayed. Like I'm going to have to accelerate this climb somewhat. So what we find is that a developer might release it very promptly on their own platform, which is what Josh Cowan has done. And oh, I'm just loving the scenery. Just loving it. What's that pyramid peak over there? I bet Sai knows the answer to that, but he's busy flying his helicopter, so he can't tell me. I'll have to... That perfect pyramid up there to the northeast. Getting into a little bit of haze. So, sorry to finish that previous thought, Nate. The situation, I believe, is that it will follow in a week or two. Within a week or two, the marketplace will get it. Assuming no problems with the ingestion and stuff. And boy, oh boy, how about all those problems with Miltech getting their machines updated in the Microsoft marketplace? Just an incredible effort. Welcome to Mt Tarawera, site of a spectacular eruption in the 19th century, which didn't do much good for the pink and white terraces. If you've ever heard of that particular wonder of the world, which no longer exists thanks to that volcanic eruption. Look at the colours in the ground, just spectacular, spectacular. I'm I'm going to see if I can find the highest point and find some flat space by that highest point and see if we can sit down and enjoy the view. I'm just not quite sure of the nature of that airfield over there. Alright, so cyclic back, collective down, losing speed. What have we got here? Got a bit of a flat patch just there. I might need to circle around for that. So I might just do a left 360 here. Well, hello, Minecraft. This volcanic rift here is, I'm sorry if I don't know the correct geological terms, but how exciting is that? How exciting is that? And lots of detail in there as well. Losing a bit too much height here, so I've lost all my speed, so therefore losing a bit of, probably went out of effective translational lift there actually. Oh, nice work, Cowan. So I'm just going to drift along here a bit. See if I can get myself down here. Oh, and the SAS does make this easier, and doing a live stream, anything that reduces having to do 15 things all at once is generally a good thing. This is not as flat as I thought it was. How about just beside those rocks there? Just go over the side here in case anyone else wants to sit down here. And just gently down. A bit more gently than that, please. Ugh. There you go, Kaimano Asai. Nate, yes, the Miltech Mission Hub has had a big update. And I'm just going to climb the last part of Mt Tarawera here to enjoy the view. Miltech Mission Hub has had a big update, and I intend to do a video to describe how to do like a bit of quick mission kind of action inside the Mission Hub. I don't think I really have the game design skills to adequately show off how to do complex missions. I mean, the mission... Wow, here we go. Look at that. Look at that. The mission generation it looks actually incredibly sophisticated inside the Mission Hub, but it's probably a little bit beyond me to kind of plan what I want to do with all of those triggers and things that it offers. So I thought what I would actually do is just do like a, wow, that is, oh, red grass, love it. Is do a kind of a quick mission guide. Like, I'm flying a machine, I want to, hello FMJ, and I want to, oh, clunk. Yeah, it's not quite flat there, is it? Oh, Kaimano is down in the crater. Excellent. And yeah, so I thought, but the way that people might use the Mission Hub or the mission possibilities inside the Mission Hub or inside the simulator with the Mission Hub installed is that you might have an hour up your sleeve and think, oh, what can I do in an hour? Can I go and do an SAR mission in 1 hour? Can I go and do a firefighting mission in 1 hour? And so I thought that would be maybe a fun way to do the video. It would be to describe how to maybe set all that up and how long it would actually take. And yeah, so that's my idea. I'll turn that into a video soon. Look at all these helicopters! How cool! How cool! Oh, I love the squirrel. What a great helicopter. H125. Okay, get on board. Very noisy. Two scoops of VTOL. Yeah, Nate, you're just doing simple ones as well. Oh, Simon Clark, hello. The peak to the northeast is Mount Edgecombe. Ah, the airfield is dirt and was used by planes during tours to Tarawera in the past. Oh, the airfield here, yeah. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to change the... I just found... Showcase. My rotation speed got a bit slow there. That's easier. That's better. So the airfield we're talking about there is the one I'm just looking at in the middle of my view there. So this is two... They look like they're gravel, or... Man, I'm not sure. Alright. So, let's just have a quick review of the next leg. The next leg's reasonably long. Let's just get back inside. Okay, next leg. So, we are on Mt Tarawera, and we can fly down the western side of the Paeroa range here, which is quite spectacular. Nicely modelled in high resolution. I'm not quite sure if we're waiting for anyone else here, but I suppose we need to keep moving. So, I'll just do a little orbit of the volcano here so we can enjoy it a bit more, Mt Tarawera. So, where am I pointing? I'm pointing to the, should be the southeast, I'm guessing. Yeah, southwest, sorry. Alright, Racing Collective. Now, that was a very dramatic aft cyclic movement that went in from the heli-SAS, which I had to sort of chase. Alright, I'm going to just enjoy the scenery a bit more. Shall we go down into the crater a bit like Kaimano Asai was just showing off? Oh, look at that. Head tracking, please. Which has now turned itself off. There we go. Oh, yeah. Look at all these helicopters. It's so much fun. Thanks, people, for coming along for the flight. Yes, I'm aware I'm going in the wrong direction right now, but I just wanted to come and enjoy this volcanic features in here. There's that airfield that Simon Clark was just talking about. Oh, how exciting. And just that sort of auto-generated detail that MSFS 2024 can add to the landscape. Okay, I'm gonna go left, and then I'm gonna do a 180 to the right, so the people on the other side of the machine can enjoy it. So here comes my 180 to the right. Coordinated turn, please, Matthew. A bit more left pedal required. And then we can get on down to Taupo. Is this one of the best countries in the world for default terrain in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? Is New Zealand one of the best places to fly? Alright, I'll just sort of stay on the left-hand side of the racetrack here as Kaimano Asai comes through. Well, he's down below now. I'll just watch that. Is this one of the best places in the world to fly in this flight simulator? Spectacular scenery. Love those colours. Angry volcanic colours. Yeah, great. So some of the movements on my input viewer look a bit exaggerated. I think that's the SAS. And I was absolutely hammering the torque a moment ago. I was just over-talking it a bit. Not paying adequate attention. And there we go. Mt Tarawera, people. What an experience. Now, Steezy Stan, is it? I can see you over at Rotorua, I think. You're going to probably want to turn to the south east to meet up with us. So I think my direction here is about right. I'm once again going to try and lock the speed. It didn't really work out too well last time. So I'm going to try and lock it at 115 and then again use the collective. So I'm going to pitch for 115. Maybe I'll lower the collective a bit so that it's... There we go. Okay, that's better. So hold the speed there. Now just gently let the cyclic go so that it catches up with itself. Now it's going to overspeed it. Come on, get that nose up, Helisas. Yep, there you go. Wonder if I should maybe have trimmed it. Although the trim, yeah. I think maybe I should have made a bit more of an effort to trim it first before I attempted that. Okay, head tracking off whilst I... 2 scoops shows as a F35 to guess the model matching is off. Oh, no, that's Nate. So, Nate, is that you? Is that Steezy Sean, sorry. Couldn't quite read your nameplate over there. Is that you? So anyway, you can probably see us coming along. I'm doing 115. Getting a traffic alert. Alright, so I'm going to lower the collective now and we'll just hug the ground a bit more. Will probably be a bit more fun. I'm lowering my collective and my Helisas will maintain my speed, and by virtue of me having lowered the collective, I'll be losing altitude instead, which generally works quite nicely. Oh, Nate is not in yet. Okay. Well, Nate, at this point you could probably join us in Taupo, which will probably be about half an hour away. Maybe a little less. So what is the 2 scoops VTOL? Is that, are you talking like the, that Canadair firefighter? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, Nate's Element 93. Okay, cool. Hope you can get in soon. I'll look at the rolling hills with all of their details. Fantastic. Fantastic. So good. Oh, look at that. Minecraft. 2 scoops. Oh, 2 scoops is a person. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Divine Soma. Kamano Asai. Overspeed, and FMJ's lagging a bit behind over there. We'll give you a chance to catch up. This scenery, honestly, how good is that? How good is that? So good. Right, I've got 115 on there. And here comes our Paidoa range, sort of 12 o'clock for me. And we'll just sort of scoot along the western side of that, so it'll be moving off on our left. I actually really enjoy flying with the Helisas. Just in situations like this, like I was saying, it just makes it really easy to do the stream. Yes, with the with a excellent machine like the Taugs 500, which I do love, you've got your hands a bit more full, you know. Alright, so that's looking alright. Hands off the controls and let the machine do its thing, Matthew. Yes, so that little disruption was caused by me playing with the controls. Yeah, so we'll just follow this valley up here beside the Paidor range. Not actually where the town of Paidor is, that's elsewhere. Spawning at NZAP, says Nate. Excellent, that's Taupo. We'll see you there soon. We're on our way. We are on our way. We are certainly on our way. So 2,200 barometric altitude. So the highest country we get to is in the volcanic plateau in the centre of the North Islands, Mt Ruapehu. I think we're going to be landing at about 8,500 feet by the time we get up there. This looks like a beautiful part of the world, doesn't it? I don't think I've ever been here exactly. Just now adding in a little bit more collective so that I don't bottom out at the top of the valley up there. That would not be good. 113 knots. That's looking good. And I'm just allowing it to climb out here by raising my collective with the speed selected in the heli SAS. Very nice way to fly. Okay, so SAS is working in the 500. Yeah, someone was messaging me on the channel, sending just replies on my, I think on the heli SAS video, saying that they were having a bit of trouble with the 500 and getting the heli SAS working. They said it was pitching it so that it was flying at 180 knots, which you wouldn't last too long, I think, in a 500, flying along at that speed. It just sounded like what the issue was too much collective lifted. How close do we get to Heliseeker base here? That's... Is that over here? Go on. It's... I'm not sure that's showing on my... Oh, it's down here. Heliseeker, yeah. So this might not be on your database. It is on mine. That is an add-on made by Kaimano Asai. So that is... or was it your brother? Now I forget. Anyway, handcrafted, handcrafted scenery in MSFS 2024 by those excellent duo in New Zealand. Okay, just keeping over the valley floor here. That was good. And we'll start to see Lake Taupo soon. Hello, watchers, concurrent viewers on the stream, 28 of you. Great to see you, have you along with us. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat. I'll try and keep my eye on the chat as well. What are you flying? What do you want to fly? Does the scenery make you want to fly in New Zealand? I don't know why it wouldn't. Look at it. It's just brilliant. And it's free. It's just all included. And it streams in and you don't have to download anything. I think this is just the best thing ever. I think I can just see Lake Taupo in there. Now, I forgot the name of this tree-clad hill in front of me here. It's got a bit of a complicated name. Whakapapataringa. That is the that is the name of the hill I'm pointing at here. Whakapapataringa. And we'll fly across the Waikato River, which I won't follow it along. We'll sort of cross it and then we'll come back to it at Wairake. Now people flying along here. Look at you all, such good rotary wings navigators. Am I going a bit fast here? I notice people just getting a little bit behind. Maybe I need to just bring the speed down a bit. Here is the Waikato River. Yes, that was beautiful. Divine Summer in the shot there. Hello. So I'm just going to aim to go on the western side of that prominent hill, Whakapapataringa. I assume it's another volcano. Oh, that's beautiful. Tree-clad Waikato River. That's lovely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let's just have a quick look at the weather in Taupo. NZAA is the nearest meter. That's not very good. I'll instead maybe look at windy again. Not that that's necessarily going to help with injecting the weather into the simulator. Is that true? Does the weather for Taupo in the simulator actually come from Auckland? That's interesting. So a field elevation of about 1400, and don't hit the terrain, Matthew. Lifting collector there. Oh, I can see element 93 in the great distance, so that looks like Nate getting ready to join us. And so 5 knots from the northwest. I propose we do a right downwind for runway 35. I mean, you can do whatever you want ultimately, but I'm going to fly a right-hand circuit for runway 35, and I'm going to be doing that at about 2,500 feet. And the general aviation parking is kind of at the northern end of the field. I went to an air show at Taupo once. God, that was a long time ago. Flew down in a friend's diamond katana, or in my friend's club's diamond katana. That was fun. So, we will again be crossing... Look at all those planes following me along here. Planes, you know what I mean. Oh, okay, Hooker Falls. Okay, so let's keep it low. I'm going to just go left here a bit so that we can have a bit more following time along the Waikato River, and that'll give us a nice view of the Hooker Falls as well. The Hooker Falls, for people who may not be aware, is not very high. In fact, they're only a very low fall, but it is an incredible amount of water going through those falls. And it's notable enough to warrant a point of interest here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Which I can't see at the moment, so maybe I just lied. I'm sure there was a point of interest. Andy's asking, is the scenery mesh standard for MSFS 2024 or is it an add-on? It is standard. You get this for free and it's been updated all the time. More stuff has been going in. It hasn't really been announced. It just arrives inside the simulator and just look how good it is. Come on, look how good it is. And it's yours free if you've already got MSFS 2024. That's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal as far as I'm concerned. I'm blown away by it, actually. When we were doing that Buller River run a few weeks ago, and Sai in the comments was pointing out, oh, look at how good the scenery is. It was just like, it was just amazing. Just amazing. Waikato River again, is that the highway there, the state highway? I guess it must be. And are we coming up to Hooker Falls here? Looks like it. Yeah, there's a little car park there. Now I can see it. Good. There are the Hooker Falls. As I said, not a great deal of vertical distance involved there, but an incredible amount of water gushing through. Hooker Falls. There's the car park. Come on to a side. Hello. Larry Kundki, hello. Haven't seen you yet. Oh, what's happened to my audio? What has happened to my audio? That's a very strange effect. Worst case, might restart my flight over at Taupo anyway. What has happened to my audio? That is a very odd effect. Okay, it seems like it's got a lot louder and it sounds like I'm inside the actual turbine. Hey, it's A320 Simulations. Hello to you. Nice to see you on the stream again. We're having a fly-along adventure, A320. So if you want to hop in your helicopter on the Southeast Asia server, you can join us at November Zulu Alpha Papa Taupo. That is our next spot, and anyone else wants to fly along as well, you can do so as well. Get into NZAP, Taupo, and come and join us. Now, what have I done? So, planning. I wanted to be at 2,500. I've got too low. So I'm just going to raise up here a bit. Can't see anyone coming off the field there. That's good. So we're doing a kind of a downwind join. I'm going to fly a right circuit for runway 35, wasn't it? And can we see... what's happening on my head tracking? There we go. There we go. Yeah, general aviation area is at kind of this end on the field. So we'll get down there. Landing light is on. I'm going to take off the speed hold now. Feel like I'm fighting the sass there, but I think it's going to sort itself out in a sec. Okay, there we go, it's better. Lowering the collective. I'm just about abeam the thresholds. So I'll just go downwind a little bit more. So I've got my speeder coming off now. Look at the detail on the landscape, come on. That's brilliant. Okay, turning right base, runway 35. It's going to be right final at this rate, given how late I left that, or how close in I am. Everyone else has just gone straight in, I think. Fair enough too. Oh, look at the view over... Oh, Minecraft's with me, thank you. Okay, final approach, runway 35, and what have I got? 75 knots, so I've kept this reasonably contained. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Is that someone coming down the other end of the runway to me? Oh no, it's Minecraft still, no worries. Alright, that taxiway looks like it's got my name written on it. Feel the Reaper, okay. Did down there a bit too soon. I'm going to restart my flight once I set down here because I'm just a little bit agitated by this weird sound I'm getting. And in my experience, I can get little drags and hangs if I don't reset the flight. So I'm just going to nestle in here between my QB Minecraft and two scoops. Am I going to be able to... I feel like I want to go in backwards. Probably not a great idea. Is that a cone or it's a light, so I better not interfere with that. Oh, hello. Just popped right in there with someone else. Who's that then? Element 93. Look at all these helicopters. Yes! Yes, you good things. That is so good. Welcome to the flight, people. So great to have you along. It really is. Look at that awesome livery on that machine. Kaimano aside, the best. Larry Kunki, hello. Feel the Reaper. There you are. And is that EC135? It looks like it. Someone's left the amphibian caravan on the way. So good, so good. Just enjoying all the excellent helicopters here. Great work, people. Great work. Oh, hey, look, thanks for the support, A320. You're a kind person. Very much appreciate your support. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next stream. A320, valued YouTuber and flight simulation enthusiast, as well as balancing your real life aviation as well. Thank you. Sean, why can't I see you guys in MSFS? Suggest you... Yeah, that's right. Oh, vertical flying's already got you there, so just put everything on live and put the multiplayers onto all. Okay, I'm going to restart my flight because I'm just a bit suspicious about a couple of things. So I'm just going to end flight and I'll be right back in there with you all. So we'll start on 17 and I'll just slew over. See what that does. It's still got that weird audio. What is up with that? What have I changed? Is there something open? I'm slightly disturbed by that, but I will turn down my audio going into the stream. I've just turned that down a few dB. Maybe that's too much now. So I'll just put that there. That's at -15. Maybe people could just tell me who are watching, is the balance between my voice and the helicopter audio, is that about right now? So I'm not really flying this properly. I'm just going to shoot back over to where I was. What's the balance like between my voice and my slightly weird helicopter audio? I don't know quite what's happened to it. Look at all this good hovering work. Okay, I'm just going to put it back down again and just make sure everything's looking good. Put it back down over here. Do not know what's happened to my audio. I've not encountered that one before, and I even restarted the flight, so I know even less. Well, okay. Alice has to just give me a bit of fun. Whoa. That was not good. That was sort of floating. Voice is too much bass. Are you complaining about my voice? I'll show you too much bass. Alright, so, sounds good to me, sounds good here. Okay, so, alright. Sounds alright then. Right, so what am I doing? So, I've lost I've still got my passengers, that all seem to work. I'll just check a couple of things here. Since I restarted the flight, what do I want? I want flight performances, mass and balance. Oh, that's surely... Okay, I don't quite understand. So it still had the people in it, even though that said it wasn't. Okay, don't get it. Alright, so briefing for the next bit. I will do a... I'll get back on a 3-5, so we'll take off to the north and we'll do a left-hand turn and we'll follow the eastern shore of Lake Taupo down to Turangi, and we'll be needing to climb by that point. We're going to be needing to do a lot of climbing here, so we're currently at 1,200 and we're going to be climbing to get up to about 8,500 to get up to Mt Ruapehu. Alright, looks like we're 35 concurrent viewers. Hello people watching the stream, you are so welcome. Hit me with your helicopter questions. I am in the Cowan Sim 206L3, which is now equipped with heli SAS, which is a pretty easy way to get around. Maybe it's a bit of a cheat code, really, but it's quite nice to fly in the circumstances. Oh, there's the directional gyro. Why was I so confused about that? Pitot heat goes on. we're all on over here. Get my landing light back on. That's not it, but that is. Okay, alright. So, looking fine. I am going to get back over to the runway now. And, whoops. Let's just try and get a grip on my map here. I don't think we need the full... Don't need the full length. We'll just... Maybe just commence a takeoff run at this taxiway here. Take off to the north and then a left-hand turn to get back down to the eastern shore of Lake Taupo, and I've got some notifications coming in on my other device, so that software can please be quiet. Alright, here we go, lifting again. Head tracking on. Anyone to my right? Oh. I'll just see if I can just squish through there. Lifting collective. Whoa. Yeah, you just get a little bit of a strange effect there sometimes with the heli SAS. I feel there's some kind of stability even with the SAS switched off. I've got a tailwind here, I must have. I'm just not doing a good job there. Okay, so back to the taxiway. I'll give people a moment to form up if you want to point to the north on the main runway here. Hit the ground again with a bit of tailwind happening there. A little bit squirrely. My fault. Not enough height. I'm just gonna set. Oh, there's someone flying backwards and bouncing along the ground. 2 scoops. I'm assuming that it's just the internet connectivity problem there. Alright, who's in here then? Larry, hello. Minecraft. FMJ, Element 93, Steezy Sean. Divine Soma, hello. 2 scoops, yes. Get those points of interest off. Oh, look at all these helicopters. How good is that? How good is that? Alright, I think we're looking like we're pretty formed up here, so let's start to get this thing moving again. Lifting collective. Eyes down the end of the runway, left pedal required. Bit floaty. Let's get out of the way of Minecraft here. QB Minecraft. Alright. Green, green, green. Nosing down. And we start our takeoff roll, as it were. Top of the green band on the torque. Yeah, that's why it was so squirrely. That looks like that westerly looks like it's picked up. Looks like it might be about 12 knots now. How good. Don't think that scenery there looks quite exactly right. It looks like a wall next to the road there. Okay. Eastern shore, sorry, of Lake Taupo. There is the lovely town of Taupo on this gigantic crater lake, which I understood is the result of a volcanic eruption about, oh, was it 2,500 years ago, people? 2,500? So, recorded in various points, other parts of the world as well, in recorded history as one of the most violent eruptions on the planet in the last few thousand years, happened right here, Lake Taupo. Wouldn't have been a great day for flying, I don't think. Alright, how are we looking here? So I've got 115 on, I'm going to hold the speed now. Hold the speed at... Oh, I might have got that on a bit fast. Nose up. Still at the top of the torque band, that's probably not good practice. So I should try and hold the speed in the green arc. Again, I'm going to aim for 115, which I think I might have about 114 in there. And we're going to need to climb, people. We will need to climb, although I'm now descending, because I'm just getting my situation sorted out here. Oh, FMJ, you're in a Black Hawk. Okay, and it's just showing as a Huey for us. Well, Huey is just fine as well. How concerned are we feeling about all this cloud to the south? That's not looking great for what I was anticipating here. Landing light goes off. So 2,500 feet, we are going to need to get about 6,000 feet on, and I'm a little bit concerned about the cloud, but we'll just have to deal with that. Lifting a little bit more collective will increase my vertical speed. That's the Halley's House is trying to balance itself here. It's actually descending now. That's not what I want at all. So I'm headed directly for Mt Ruapehu, which is good. Just wonder if Halley's House has got itself into a bit of an oscillation here. So I slowly raise torque, or lift torque, increase torque by raising the collective. How's our flight coming along? Yes, look at you all. Look at you all. So good. ANZ 5255. I haven't seen you in the stream yet. Oh, hang on. That's just the Air New Zealand. I think that's just a AI, is it? Or something. Yeah, I feel the Halley's House is just oscillating it a bit here. Not quite what I want. I'm giving it all the torque. 80% now. We've only climbed to 2,900. That's not great. I'm reasonably fully loaded. I am fully loaded. Okay, that's, I think, better. Alright, how are we going here? So, we initially are going to cross... I've just forgotten the name of that volcano as well. Pihanga. So we want Turangi first. So I will need to just bank left here slightly. And that's Turangi on the distance there. We've still got a lot of altitude to make up. 3,500 now. I'm climbing allegedly at about 700 feet a minute, which is a bit less than what I was hoping for, but I've started reasonably early, so I think it's going to work. This cloud is not ideal. Divine Soma, you are going to need to get some altitude on. Oh, look at beautiful Lake Taupo. How glorious. Okay, I might just get heading hold on here now as well, so I will just, I've got a hardware controller here that comes round to about there, and we'll just get the heading hold on also. I'll just use that to steer me around the clouds. Nate, you're getting half a frame a second. Well, that's not great. Make sure you've got Wake Turbulence turned off, Nate. As I learned in my last stream, Wake Turbulence can cause horrific slowdowns when you're in a group flight like this. Just about see the volcanoes now. Probably we wouldn't really be flying in the cloud like this. I'm banking on Ruapehu being cloud free. Oh, you did have it on, Nate. Yeah, there you go. Wake Turbulence, I'm sure is really great, but it doesn't seem to have a cap on how many machines or how many other players it's going to simulate the Wake Turbulence from. And so we, yeah, have a horrendous slowing down effect. So a bit more to the left, vertical flying, the clouds are less, yeah. Well, I sort of need to go left anyway. Is that Turangi yet? No, not quite. I mean, we have to climb through it. So we're climbing through 5,000 now. That's good. If I use my imagination, it looks like it's less higher up as well. Yes, I'm rather banking on it being a bit clearer up there. Yeah, Nate, it's so silly, isn't it? I don't know quite why. It's a pity they can't cap it out so that it, when it does have that effect of like destroying your simulator, that it would actually think, maybe we don't want to do that, and perhaps throttle back the wake turbulence calculations. So we'll have to see what they decide to do there. I think it's a good addition to the simulator. But the current implementation, not ideal. So I've come over to the left, and now I feel we're making it a bit harder here for visibility. There's the central plateau. So I'm going to need to turn to the right. I'll wait for this next bit of cloud to get through this. Then I'll do a bit more of a right bank in there to get on to the spectacular volcanoes and the central plateau of the North Island of New Zealand. Great scenic experience today. I do notice that Ohakune has, in MSFS 2024, I didn't actually get a chance to check it out yesterday on my little bit of a test flight, but it does have a point of interest for the Ohakune carrot. The giant carrot of Ohakune. So we'll might go and have a look at that. Oh, look at this. I'm flying directly through a cloud. I hope no real pilots are watching. Oh dear. Still no sign on my volcanoes. That's not great. So I'm just going a little bit more to the right now, using my synthetic vision really to, on the excellent G3X touch, to help get us where we need to be. $6,000 feet now. People still with me? Yeah. Good on you, people. So we'll aim to set down beside the crater lake of Mt Ruapehu. So there is a crater lake up there. And, well, it's not flat, it sort of slopes down to it. But I think we can probably find sufficiently flat ground to put our excellent rotary wing machines down onto the ground without too much trouble. Just see a bit of volcano through there. Which lake is that? Oh, Lake Rotorua. Okay. That's on the south west of Pihanga, so that's Pihanga there. Yeah, so we're doing fine. Divine Summer is right down there, looking good. You can finally see Ngorohoi, which looks lovely. Mount Doom, aka. How spectacular. Oh yeah. So what am I? I'm just 6,700 climbing up there. Looks like I'm one of the higher ones at the moment. Divine Soma and Element 93 looking quite low still there. You've got a lot of climbing to do to get up to Mt Ruapehu at 8,500 feet summit. Right, well I've got Mt Ruapehu in my crosshairs here. I've got it dead ahead. Pretty happy with that. Yes, Mount Tongariro there, of which Ngorohoi is a cone, I believe. Welcome to the central plateau of the North Highlands, built up over millennia by these volcanoes. Very geologically active part of the planet. Nate, do I have Bijan Seasons? Yes, I do. Bijan Habashi's Seasons Enhanced, which does excellent things for the trees in our simulator experience. Generally makes the trees a bit shorter. I'm thinking that someone at Asobo must have decided that for artistic reasons the trees look better taller because maybe they obscured the ground a bit better. But then the trees looked a bit unrealistic, really. So I think what Bijan's done is fantastic. And the fact that he supplies ongoing support and you can get hold of him on his official support thread on the Microsoft Flight Simulator official forums. He's got a thread there. You tell him what you want him to do in terms of fixing up trees here, removing them from there, changing the biome there, whatever you like. Bijan will do it. Right, and you know, I'm actually going to point a little bit. I don't like this big bank of cloud here right in front of me. I'm just going to point more at Ngorohoi, the pyramid cone there. Oh, look at that river flowing down from Tongariro there. That's just special. That is just special. So, Field the Reaper, your passenger, your plate to me says EC135T1 passenger, okay, but then it says B222 or B222. So, I suspect that means that you are flying the Bell 222, but actually MSFS is displaying it as the EC135. I suspect that's what's happening there. Oh, how good is this? Alright, there we go. The Mt Ruapehu does not have its head in the clouds. That's just what we want. Ngorohoi, a very challenging mountain to say the name of. I think old-time New Zealanders would just say Narahoe. Ngorohoi. And yes, a stand-in for Mount Doom in the Lord of the Rings films. So good. I'm hardly climbing at all. I'm going to need to bring down my speed a bit here. So, speed can come off. And we're going to pitch up. So I'm going to be slowing down a bit here. So I'm just using the hat switch now just to come back. Just bring the nose pitch up. In fact, I might just fly with that. Oh, that's so good. That scenery. Oh. So good. Love the orange stone scree of Mount Ruapehu there. Very nice. FMJ, you stress tested the Chinook today, landing on Everest. If you're flying the Blackbird, it seems to have unlimited power at any altitude. So you can probably land on the moon if you keep going. So I'm down to 100 knots now, but I'm at 8,000. I'll probably need to get up to about 9,000 feet, really, to sight the crater lake atop the volcano. Divine Soma's way ahead of me. That's all good. You keep going. Your first time flying in New Zealand, FMJ? Well, I tell you what, it's if this stream just helps people to understand the incredible work that the Microsoft Flight Simulator people have put into the scenery, then I guess my job's done, right? That's one really nice benefit of doing streams like this, to help you discover it. If you know of scenery in your part of the world which has got this kind of resolution, we'll fly there. I did think to look at Japan. I know they've just done another world update for Japan, and there's some new handcrafted airports which look great. But I don't know what the terrain is like in Japan. Like, maybe that'd be a nice flight as well. I'm less familiar with the layout of the land. But I think that could be a good flight as well. So 9,500, and have I got my barometer? No, I haven't. So I'm actually almost at 10,000. I'm just going to now pitch down with the pitch trim, and I'm going to aim directly for the crater lake atop Mt Ruapehu. Oh, David, yeah, Japan's looking great, yeah. I'd love to know if, you know, Kaimanawa Sai would know this, because he uses the those Taupo maps. I could check myself as well, actually, now that I know the link for it. Open Taupo, wasn't it? Yeah. To see if they've got access to the 1 meter LiDAR. Oh, you flew in Japan yesterday with Cowtown. Excellent. And absolutely beautiful, you say. Switzerland is cool, it sure is. So for me, the time difference is a bit awkward for Switzerland. I mean, I'd like people to be able to fly with real weather and real time. And so for me in Australia, it's kind of, I started the stream at 7 a.m. my time. And so I think at this time of year, it's starting to get dark already in Central Europe. So maybe I need to do an evening stream. I'm getting to 124 knots, so I can lower my collective there a bit. Pitch up now with the cyclic trim to balance that off. Don't need to gain speed, so I'm now over speed. Having a bit of trouble getting that back down. So I am lowering collective and also just using the pitch trim to get the effect I want there. Okay, so that's falling now, that's better. Oh, Nate, you've done some bush trips in Idaho. Cool. Mt Ruapehu, how exciting. So the crater lake is just over the peak there. Follow Kaimanawa Sai, who I think has done some walking up here. He knows where to go. Oh, this feels like a different world, doesn't it? Think of travelling along the Paeroa range there after we left Tarawera and compare it to this effect. Wow. That is something. Vertical flying, yeah, 45 minutes past midnight in the Central Europe. I know. So, look, maybe one of these times I have to do a stream at a different time. So is that the crater lake in there? Yes, it is. So I need to turn to the right. So right-hand turn coming up. Yeah, heading hold off. Okay, so I just wasn't watching the map there. Alright, let's fly this thing properly, Matthew. Head tracking on, please. Reset that. Okay, we've got SAS on, and here's our crater lake. So we're just going to see if we can find a reasonably flat spot. Probably where I'm just looking down to there now. But I'll just bleed off some speed by just doing an orbit here. Your artificial horizon is going to become very important here because you can lose a bit of situational awareness. Oh, Kaimanawa Sai's found us a spot there. Do you like that one, Sai? I might just... Yeah, this spot here is not bad either. Which I've just overflown, so I'll need to come back around. Throwing the passengers around a bit there. Just doing a skid there to slow down. All right, come on, Matthew, let's do this. All right, that's not looking very flat. So I did find a spot yesterday, which wasn't too dramatic. I mean, ultimately, everything is flowing down to the Crater Lake once we get over this. So that's just the way it is. All right, well, everyone else has found a spot up there, so I better come and follow you. Like, you all know what you're doing. You don't need me to lead you, evidently. Yeah, you can really lose perspective on your speed and your progress over the terrain with this alpine terrain here, which can make it a bit confusing. Alright, I think I've rescued that. Might just go sideways there so that if anything, I'm just going to be dipping down on one skid. Trying to avoid these boulders. Feel the Reaper's going for a walk. Super. Just being very cautious here with what I'm doing. This is not how they fly in heli seeker land, is it? Might be on the ground already. It'll probably be idle and going for a walk. All right. I suppose it could have been worse. So how am I looking here? Yeah, not the flattest bit there. It's quite hard to tell, isn't it? Oh well, fine. I am going to idle. And I'm going to open the door and I'm going to go for a walk. How good is that? How good is that? Oop, someone passing low overhead. That's exciting. How good is that? Nate, multiplayer rotors look fantastic in SU4. Yeah, well, I'll get back there. I'll get back there. Great to have you on the stream there, Simon. Clark's had to leave. Nice to see you. What a thing. Who thought we were going to be doing this in simulations? Going for a walk on the... If I can ever turn my headring off. Going for a walk on near the summit of Mt Ruapehu. How fantastic. How fantastic. Where did Sai get to? Ever since I started playing with so many players, the heli physics seemed a bit strange. Says Vertical Flying. Oh, I thought you'd already gone off-site, so yes. Yes, yes, yes. Assuming locals hike here, FMJ. Yeah. Yeah, people hike here. Ask Si. Okay, so rotors. Right, let's have a look at these rotors then. Yeah, so not much good on the MD500 there. Fine on the default H125, no surprise. And a bit unknown on these EC135s. Divine Soma, hello, nice landing. Oh, clunk. Yeah, nice bit of rotor blur there. Oh, look at this. Just look at it. I'm going to enjoy the scenery for another minute or two, and then we'll get going. We'll head down to... I think we'll try oh my god. Ohakune, where the giant carrot is. That's what New Zealanders like to celebrate. Large root vegetables. What a view. Pete NZ Heli, hello to you. I can see you flying in the distance there. On this rather challenging and looking landscape here. Also, people are getting ready to go. So I'll just get my little map up. And here's what I plan to do. Right, Ohakune is not on the... not visible on the... on the tablet map. So we're going to go southwest, Turoa Village, Ohakune, see if we can spot that giant carrot. I can't remember if it's modelled in here or not. Just get my speed back up here. My rotor speed, that is. So we'll be at Waiouru military camp in probably about 25 minutes, I think, or maybe even less. So we want to get southwest, and we'll follow. There's a road that runs down from Turoa Village. We might see some ski lifts if you've got Mamu's project lifts in. We'll follow the road down to Ohakune. We'll see if we can spot the giant carrot. And we'll take a left to get us to the Waiouru military camp, which is not really modelled in any detail, but you can see the four... what have I done there? That's better. So you can see the four helipads there, which I'm sure have had many Iroquois or Huey helicopters using over the years. Hello, concurrent viewers, 27 of you watching the stream. Nice to have you along. Thanks so much for your support. Great to see you today. Make sure you hit us up with any helicopter questions, helicopter experiences, things you're looking forward to in helicopters and MSFS 2024. Be great to hear what you're thinking. So I am about ready to lift people, so I'm going to be doing a bit of a left-hand turn to pass over the crater lake, and then we'll descend down. Hopefully the cloud won't bother us too much to get down to Ohakune. We're going to need right cyclic here to get balanced again. Whoa, that was a bit too much. I think the SAS has just applied more than what it needed to break the ground there. Alright, yeah, the EC135s don't tend to animate very well, do they? The rotors, that is. Crater Lake, yes, beautiful. What a scene. This periodically erupts, so there might be sort of steam coming up from the lake when it's hot, or might actually like properly erupts, and then they get this mud flow that flows down from the lake. So it can be very dangerous when there's an eruption happening. So it will be a bit of a power management issue here as we descend down the mountain. Beautiful stuff. All right, is everyone off the ground? In fact, I wonder if that might be one of the channels where the mud flows down that I'm looking down there now. I don't know, actually. Alright, so Rotorua is down here. That's where they do some skiing. So, power management. How are we going to do this? I'm already at 100 knots, so I'm going to really need to not go too crazy down here. Don't want to overspeed it, so lowering the collective and pitching up. 124 knots already. There's Rotorua down there. I can see maybe the ski lifts there that Mamu Designs has added in. No snow on it right now in this scenery. Oh, and that's the road I want, isn't it? So we follow that road there. Can't quite see across the Mt Tarawera today. I think it's a bit... Oh, I'm overspeeding greatly, so fix that problem, Matthew. Just trying to get it all balanced. Okay, I think we're right here. So that's the road that we want, I believe. We'll get down to Ohakune. Yeah, I've got people catching up with me now. I was going a bit fast there, so I'll better slow it down a bit. It's looking pretty good. Vertical flying. Can the Taug 500 do Heslo? So what's that? High elevation sling load? I need Sai to answer that question. Have I done sling loads in that particular machine? Do Bambi bucket. You can do spraying. It's not compatible with the MSFS 2024 native sling load system yet. Right, we're already halfway down to Ohakune. Just following the road. Oh, helicopter sling load ops. Yeah, okay. So I think you meant like high elevation ones. Looking backwards to Mt Ruapehu where we just came from. Yes, how beautiful. How beautiful. And all these helicopters all flying down at the same time. Excellent. Better slow down a bit more. Ohokune carrot, 6.7 kilometers. Oh, excellent. Good things to have in a flight simulator. Oh, Northland, yeah. Simon's working on a sling load mod. This sounds like very clever work. He sounds like he's been doing quite a bit of work on it. I think, with him not here to explain, I think he is trying to find new ways to access the native sling load operations inside MSFS 2024, which are fantastic, but you can only access them through the career mode. So they're not available in free flight, which is just a really unfortunate wasted opportunity. So I'm hoping they're going to get that fixed. But in the meantime, Simon is working on accessing it himself and hopefully getting it into an add-on as well. So I haven't had a recent update about that. So that'll be a real boon for helicopter pilots. I don't know what it will look like or how it will work. I know nothing. But I know he's doing a lot of work on it. Okay, where's our carrot? Over there, 2.5 kilometers. Hello, Oikuni. We're about to disturb everyone's lunch with our noisy helicopters coming through. Okay, I can see the carrot. I'm going to get it on my right so I can look down. So I'll just bank over here to the left. Slow down a bit. There you go. Oh, they have modeled it. So good. So good. That is excellent. The giant carrot of Ohokune. Yes, it's an agricultural region, and I don't know too much about growing vegetables, but I think that maybe the cold and high elevation is good for the carrots. So Ohokune known for its carrots and known for its giant carrot as well, to celebrate its carrot heritage. Not a phrase that I thought I was ever going to say in a helicopter live stream. Alright, one more look at the Ohokune carrot and then we'll head along the road to get us back to get us down to the Waiouru military camp. That's some high quality flight simulation right there. That's what you want to see. Giant carrots modelled. With silly oversized power pylons around them. Oh. Okay, I need to do a 180 to follow the highway back to... I'll just do a right hand turn this time. To follow the highway to Waiouru. And we'll set down. Power down and see if anyone wants to talk about helicopters some more. Now, is that the highway there? I think it must be. There we go. That's looking alright. Look, even for generic scenery, this is looking pretty good, in my opinion. Apart from the carrot. So yeah, we'll just follow the highway along to Waiouru. We'll be there pretty soon. There's Ruapehu, from whence we descended. What's the Reaper doing? Good question. What's that Reaper up to? And why am I going so slow? Because I'm just enjoying the scenery too much, as usual. these power lines, just the default power lines. What a pity. So one of the weaker parts of the simulator. I'm assuming they just don't have access to a database that gives more useful information about the nature of the pylon and whether it's high voltage or like a proper pylon or just a pole, because it seems like it's not really working that great in the simulator at the moment. It's just not one of the strongest parts of VFR flying in MSFS 2024. Oh, Reaper did a barrel roll in the... what machines Reaper got? Was that the Bell 222? Did you overspeed it? Did you get a bit of retreating blade stall? Beautiful countryside. Obviously a bit more of a plain here. You can see how this is going to be good for the carrot growing on the slopes of Mt Ruapehu, which is over there to our left now. Starting to go quite fast, so I'll just lower collective there a bit. And we're almost halfway to Waiuru already from Ohakune. So yeah, Waiuru is a kind of a army base, or yeah, camp. So they do a bit of training up there, and there's a set of landing pads. It's not modelled in any detail by default in MSFS 2024, but we can still kind of see where the grassy pads are. Oh, Northland. Okay, so you have picked up Mamu's power lines and solar panels. Much better than default, and the Orbex power lines. Yeah, the Orbex ones are a bit unfortunate, weren't they? Although they did improve, but they are normal size, not huge, which is visually much better. Yeah. So what I was doing with Mamu's power lines is I was waiting for him to update it, and then I could do a video. So I've done marinas, because he just did a couple of updates for marinas in 2024. So I did that one. I did the Project Lifts when that came out, which was a nice addition as well. And so when Mamu releases his latest update for... which river is this? Power lines in MSFS 2024. The Whangaehu River. Thanks, Bill. Bill, next time we'll try and get along to Tasmania for the excellent route that you proposed. The weather today was looking a bit rough for that, so I was a bit concerned about doing it there. This has been pretty good today here in New Zealand. So when we do Tasmania, it'll be some nice coastal scenery for us to enjoy. A few points to set down and follow the coast up on the wild east coast of Tasmania. That'd be fun. So yeah, Bill has supplied us with a flight plan, which I've done a bit of testing out on, and landed on another mountain too, overlooking Hobart. Spectacularly beautiful. It's just that the weather today wasn't very good, so when I looked at the forecast yesterday, so I had to decide where to go, and I chose this one. Alright, we're very close to Waiuru now. In fact, I'm heading straight for it, and there might be a bit of an overflight here to... Oh no, you've had a tree fall onto your chook shed. That's life in Tasmania for you. Okay, right. So yeah, when I saw it was the wind and the cloud just wasn't looking too great for our heli adventure today. Yeah, following in the highway here, looking good. There's a sort of a whole field of antennae here. I guess that's military stuff. I forgot to check the weather, the wind here in Waiouru. I'm guessing it's still going to be that westerly. The military camp with the helipads, which are just grassy and all a bit overgrown, is just on the south end of town. Looks like everyone, as usual, knows exactly where to go. And Nate, you've got all of the Mamu's collection, yeah. And sorry, did someone say, yeah, Northland, the 2024 version of Powerlines is already out? Sure. Yeah, I was gonna, he was talking about doing some update, and I thought I'd do a video after the update. I might just get in touch with him again and see what the current situation is. If I'm going to do a video, I like it to be sort of around an update, you know what I mean? Like, so that I've got something new to show. Okay, so I'm looking down at it now, and element 93 looks like they're down there, so that looks good. So there are the 4 helipads there. I'll come in from the east if I can. 41 knots only, so I've done a pretty sensible approach here. Pulling a bit more collective so I don't lose too much energy. Looking down at the row of pads there, looks good. Element 93 has got it, that's where we're going. Oh, this has been glorious. There's Mt Ruapehu, yes, how stunning, how stunning. Alright. It's going to be a bit of jostling for position on these pads. It's only 4 pads, but there's plenty of grass to go around, people, so you'll be right. Okay, QB Minecraft, I'll be able to get out of your way. I'll take this one over here. Oh, looks like we're almost going to have a synchronized touchdown here. Look at that. Look at that. Bit hard to land and also admire the helicopter work over here with your friends. Good work, people. Oh, let's edge over the pad here. Okay, contact down. Head tracking off, and let's admire the... Yes, look at that good work, people. Look at that good work. You did good. Field the Reaper, QB Minecraft, Element 93, FMJ, and your Iroquois / MH60. You've all made it. What a good job. Look, I know it's not your actual helicopter, FMJ, but that does look great. Overspeed. Welcome to Waiouru. Let's just judge your landing. Bounce. No, there you go. You're done good. Element 93 in your very fiery looking livery there on your Cowan MD500. It's an E, isn't it, that model? Pity about that rotor flex is pointing upwards still. Oh well. You know, I really actually still love that default H125. It's just got to be one of the best default helicopters out, I reckon. Only thing is, it's just got that annoying bug where it's when you touch one skid, then the wind changes. Bit of a weird one. Another EC135 there, lovely. And then my Bell 206, which I've been very pleased with. Performed just beautifully today. Vertical flying is the issue where the cyclic is bound to the pedals fixed. With the EC135, I assume we're talking about the same one. Yeah, it's been improved in Sim Update 4. So yes, it has been improved. It is not perfect. I found some cross coupling still, but it is somewhat better. I think the EC135 apparently seems to still be flying a bit nose down. I wonder what other people think about it in SU4. I only gave it a quick test. How about I do the shutdown properly? Back. What am I doing? Checklists. Engine shutdown. Collective. Full down. Check. Cyclic. Centered. Check. Throttle. Rotate all the way to what? 0? To idle stop. And then idle at 64% NG RPM for 2 minutes. Okay, I've done 2 minutes. It's a bit annoying how slow that scroll is. Anti-ice is off. Pitot heat. Let's get all that done up here. Pitot heat is off. Gen switch is off. Idle stop button. Press and then close. Okay. So idle stop. Hydraulic. Oh, that's down here, isn't it? Sorry. Off. And then close the throttle. Oh, that's the wrong way. Idle release. Rotor Blake. Apply at 38 to 30 N2. It seems like the... Okay, so we're already at 45% NR, and that's 40 there. So I'm not going to apply the rotor brake. I think it seems like it's going to stop itself in no time. Avionics can come off, battery can stay on, that's all fine up here. Oh, the lights can come off. That's done. Directional gyro is off. Yeah, I don't need to apply any brake there. Then the last thing that can go off is battery. And so then I've shut down my lovely Bell 206. Yeah, I hardly need to use any brake on that. That's done it all by itself. Perfect. There you go. And then battery off. No, that's the generator. That's off there. Good stuff. Well, that's pretty good. So what are people thinking? How did you like that volcanic New Zealand flight? What do you want to do next time? What would you like me to do differently next time? And by the way, I'm so gratified that people want to come and join this. I'm just really, really, really happy that you're here. Really happy that so many people wanted to come flying. I'm loving this lineup of helicopters at Waiuru Military Camp. Proper flying. So thank you, pilots, for coming along. You make it a lot of fun. Tell me what you thought of the scenery, what you thought of the experience. What do you want to do differently next time? Oh, I love that red and white alternating paint on the blades. Well, that's got that a bit fast. I mean, for a 2020 era machine, I think this Bell 206L3 is looking pretty good. It's actually, I'm enjoying flying the 206. Sounds like someone's starting up over here. Look at this lineup of excellent simulator pilots. Hello, Fredericks. When is the next stream? Don't know. I'm going to try and aim to do them every 2 or 3 weeks at about this time. Although if I'm ever going to get into Europe, I'll need to find a different time. Thanks, Nate. Good flight. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate your positivity. FMJ, fly down the Everest Great Valleys, start at the top, climb will be hard, impossible to climb. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I don't know, how would we handle that in a group flight and get everyone up to the same point? With helicopters not quite having enough power to do it. We could think of something, we could think of some interesting Everest style. We might not be going up to the peak. Not too many helicopters are capable of that. One of them, though, that is, because it's done it in real life, is that one, the H125. Although they didn't stop, I think they had one pilot, they made it really light, and only with not very much fuel on board. And I think it classed as a landing on Everest, even if he just set it down and left everything on. So I believe that was the first Everest landing in a helicopter, which was either AS350 or H125, one of them. FMJ, surprised the Southeast Asia ping didn't cripple the flight. Yeah, it's a bit difficult for me because it's like, where do I go? I mean, I'm in Australia, so it seems to me that maybe it's about halfway. This means that we get a bit of latency or lag, I suppose, in what we see on the screen. Not too much we can do about that when we're international. Northland Air, thank you so much for your support. Really great to have you along. Really glad you could join today. Really going to go flying next, people. Yeah, I've got a. Oh, we really enjoyed flying with you, FMJ. So thank you so much. And Nate, yeah, first stream, what a blast. That's great. Oh, I'm so glad you could make it. And it's reasonably easy. Like, you know, if you're going to do a bunch of helicopters, then I suppose it takes something like this where we actually make an effort to do it. There we go. Look at Ruapehu. Oh, Ruapehu's got his head in the clouds again. Wow, how cool that we're up there. I reckon it's cool. And there's Mt Ruapehu over there as well, I believe. Oh, Colin, that was you in overspeed. Yeah, great. It's a bit awkward, isn't it? Because you can't really chat properly when you're flying the machine. I like to stop in a couple of places, though. Give people a chance to either opt in, opt out, or maybe update themselves on the chat. So, Colin, really pleased you had a good time there. And through Xbox as well. Awesome. I'm glad that it's sufficiently accessible that people can still enjoy it. I noticed quite a bit of negativity on some of the airliner-style forums complaining about the PS5 availability. As if, like, more people paying for and using the simulator is a bad thing. Anyway, what can you say? I'm all for accessibility and making it more open for as many participants as possible. I like the idea of our favourite developers being able to get their material out into the hands of more people. Nate, yeah, you're in Idaho and the latency was just fine for you. Okay, that's good. I mean, what are you going to lose? I suppose you're going to lose just the updates from the other players on your screen, right? That's going to be, you're just going to see a bit of latency from the other people flying. Element 93, yeah, that's doing a good job circumnavigating the landing area there. Good work. Yeah, Saturday night flying is good for you, FMJ, that's good. Yeah, it's quite, I think it seems to be quite popular with New Zealanders at this time as well. It's a Sunday morning. It's probably a bit early for most Australians, apart from me. Because I've got to get up and do the stream. If I do a Europe one, I probably will have to do it about 12 hours earlier, I would think. Oh, vertical, that was you, QB Minecraft. Cool. Sorry, it's a bit confusing for me because I mean I know the real names of some people, and then they've got a different screen name, and then they've got a different YouTube name, and I sometimes forget who's who. Sorry about that. So yeah, that's good to have you along there, vertical / QB Minecraft. Thanks for staying close in your H125. Yeah, Whistler. Yeah, okay, Colin, I like that. And that could work quite well with the time zones as well, because it's afternoon there now, isn't it? Or is it a bit later already? What's Whistler time now? 4:29 p.m. Maybe we should go and do Whistler. Maybe we should go and do Whistler next time. What I will need is for someone to... I mean, I can figure it out, I suppose, but give me some ideas for some routes and some points of interest. Yeah, why don't we do Whistler? I like the idea of that. I mean, mountains are always fun. Mountains and lakes and coasts are always fun, and rivers for helicopter flying. You're starting up vertical flying your H125 again. QB Minecraft. I'm watching your lift up your pickup here. Yep. Oh, not bad. Pretty better than some of mine. With the SAS on, I think it's got a habit of going backwards a bit on picking up. Okay, YVR. That's Vancouver, isn't it? To Squamish, to Whistler, and back down the Pitt River to Pitt Lake. Okay, there you go. There's a route. How long would that take? Would it be about what we've done today? A couple of hours? I'll just get my list of ideas up. My video idea list. Maybe less for duration. Oh, okay. So, Chile Mountains looks like Antarctica. Yeah, well, Patagonia is good for flying, isn't it? So, I'd be into any of those. So now, I'm just getting all my... I don't have enough windows. Well, I've got too many windows, really. So what I'm doing is I am making a mess of finding the other chat window so that I can put in Colin's ideas for another stream. It's being very annoying. Okay, finally there. YouTube does sometimes make it harder than I would like to access a stream. Right. Okay, so that is going into the ideas list. Streams, Colin, thank you. Oops. So we'll call that Whistler, BC. And that came from Colin. And I'll just paste that in there as well. So I'm just doing a bit of live YouTube administration here. Vancouver to Squamish to Whistler, back down the Pitt River to Pitt Lake. Love it. Good. That's now officially in the ideas list, Colin. That could not get more into the ideas list than what I have just done. And FMJ, if you've got some specific ideas about where you might like to fly in Chile or Patagonia or anywhere down there, along there, I think the time zone's quite good for that as well, because I assume it will be afternoons for the most part. I had someone suggest that we should do Mount Fuji as well. Don't know quite what that would look like. I suppose we go up to the top and look down, go for a walk. In the crater? I think you can land in the bottom of the crater in Fuji in MSFS 2024. Oh, FMJ, thank you. Yeah, how I listed the flight plan ahead of the flight with the airport codes, make it super simple to log in. That's exactly right. So I can tell people as we're progressing how to hop on board the flight. Yes. Oh, look at Ruapehu. Let's just get that nicely zoomed in. Let's get that nicely zoomed in. It's our little farewell shot. Yes. Only thing that would make it that better for some more helicopters and shots, so we'll get those ones in. Yeah, there we go. Nice. That's what you want. Yes, FMJ. It's all about giving a little bit of a sense of the route, and with the codes in there, you can just, it makes it a bit easier to join in. Yeah, Colin, you are so welcome. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for being an excellent participant, and thanks for your ideas. That's gone into the idea bucket. It sure has. So I really appreciate all of that. Thank you. And if anyone else wants to give me their stream ideas for things that they might like to fly on themselves, you can let me know while we're all here in the chat still. Very nice hovering work there from Vertical Flying and QB Minecraft. Off you go. Nice. Really nice. Oh, FMJ, okay, yeah. Get ChatGPT to give me a list of 1 hour flights to get around the world in a year. Oh, that's a grand plan. That's a grand plan. Oh, Minecraft's just on the ground there, but that might have been a bit faster, but heavier of an impact than what you might have anticipated there. How cool to look back at the volcano from down here and say, we were up there. We were up there. Around the world flight. Yeah, around the Pacific flight would be kind of fun because that would work in the time zone. You'd just fly down the west coast of the Americas. Antarctica would be a bit of a challenge. And get back over to Auckland, or New Zealand, sorry, Australia, Indonesia, Southeast Asia, Japan, that'd be fun. Or maybe start in Patagonia and go around the top, go through Alaska and Siberia. Yeah, we could do that, that'd work, wouldn't it? Start in Patagonia, up the west coast of the Americas, and across Alaska, Siberia, down through Japan, and so on. Just do it in reverse and end up in New Zealand. And I think the time zones would work for that. Except when we get into winter in the northern hemisphere, it'll be dark. So I might have to find some way to. Maybe that's maybe I start it in March or something. Yeah, always want to do it with live weather. Well, that's the thing, you know. This was going to be Tasmania today, but the weather was no good. So, yeah, we did it like this. I kind of prefer it. Yeah, I kind of prefer it just to choose the site the day before, and I'll just choose. I'll choose based on the weather and the conditions. So I only set this all up yesterday and posted it into YouTube. But it seemed to work. All right, last call for your brilliant ideas. And then we say goodbye to the stream. That was heaps of fun today. Loved flying up to Tarawera. I love that cross-country stuff down the Paeroa Range and coming up to the Wake Turbulences, getting down to Taupo. I thought that was great. That was my sort of favourite leg. We were a little bit hampered by the cloud coming up into Mt Ruapehu, but it wasn't too bad. Vertical flying. Are there any good helicopter bush flying helipad sceneries for MSFS 2024? Yes. You need to look at Tussock Creations, and that is by our friend Simon Clark, otherwise known as Cowan Simulation. And he has done an amazing job of modelling bushes and pads in remote parts of New Zealand, where we have this 1 metre LiDAR, benefit of this 1 metre LiDAR terrain and scenery. So that is well worth checking out. Tussock Creations. He's done Milford huts or Milford region huts. I think, what else has he done? He's done a few different regions in New Zealand. He's done that, or was it his brother? I get a bit confused who did what. Did the Heli Seeker base. So, yes, heaps of opportunity for some spectacular New Zealand flying. And I tell you, his, I wonder if you can see it on my EFB actually. I wonder if you can see it in here. When you get in here, yeah, there you go, there it is. That's it. I forgot that I could view it right there. Look at all those helipads. Those have all been added by Simon. So you could spend weeks doing all of those. You could spend weeks doing all of that and still have different opportunities to enjoy. Is that Manapuri there? Yeah. And so there's some hydroelectric schemes in here. And then all these are probably huts that Simon's done. And yeah, heaps of just endless possibilities to flying around there. I mean, you know, it's pretty good. I think some of these are probably also from the NZA scenery that I've got. Can you spell the name, please? Tussock, T-U-S-S-O-C-K. Is it Tussock Creations? Is that what he calls it? I'll just, Tussock Creations, sorry, yeah. I'll see if I can just post it into the chat here. And FMJ, you were asking for just more flights, basically. Just more flights for you, weekly flights. Now, can I post into my own chat? Yes, I can. So that's there. Tussock Game Creations. Probably this as well that I looked it up. Yeah, thanks FMJ. I'll look forward to flying with you again soon as well. We'll, yeah, one a week. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I like your ambition. It's all just time, isn't it? So, yeah, see how we go. Yep, you're welcome, Vertical Flying. I hope that's useful to you. And yeah, you can have all of those huts there that I've got on my screen. Just endless possibilities and beautiful scenery down there as well. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that on a stream, but it raises the bar slightly in that people won't necessarily have the add-on scenery. So I tend to try and keep the streams as add-on free as possible. So if I was going to do an add-on in a stream, I'd probably just do it solo because people won't be able to participate if they don't have the scenery already. Or I just make it clear that you need to have the scenery first if you want to join in. So I don't know. I'll have to figure out some way to handle that and see what people want to do. Yeah, I feel there's sort of more potential to grow, you know, the channel and the sort of the live stream aspect of it. But look, don't know yet. Don't know yet. I have to see how we go. All right, last call. Last call for ideas, questions, comments, complaints. Nah, no complaints, please. No complaints. That was fun. I had a good time as well. Yeah, oh, well, the rotor's not spinning. You don't find it good for immersion. Well, I agree, but It's not going to stop me from doing it. Yeah, I don't know what to say or what to advise about that. What can you do? I mean, they're slowly getting there, aren't they? They're slowly improving stuff. Are people saying that it's better in SU4? I've hardly tried it. Oh, thanks, Nate. Yeah, so great that you've been a subscriber for a while. I appreciate that. And yeah, you're welcome. Regarding the stream flight, I'm glad you're able to join in. I hope you can come and do another one. It'll be really great. Thank you. We'll think of something. Okay, people. Well, look, it's been a delight. You've been a terrific audience and fellow pilots. Yeah, and it just gladdens my heart to see all these pilots lined up at a site like this. I think it's really great that people can participate and we can fly together like this with our favourite rotary winged machines. And yeah, FMJ, the rotors are fixed in SU4. Well, we'll get there eventually. I guess I have to wait for it to go live. I mean, I know I can switch it any time, but I'm going to probably wait for it to go live. I like to make it as accessible as possible for people. But when it does go live, we can enjoy the better animated rotors. Agreed. Good stuff. Well, people, you've been excellent. Thanks very much, and I will catch you on another stream or another video real soon. Thanks so much. Take care. Adios. Bye bye.